Hey! Good afternoon, good evening, good night, or good morning, depending on where in the world you guys are watching this show.
Hey Keith, what adorable surprises await our Q Corner viewers today?
Well, we'll be making a super cute table design for baby events.
And then create a double bubble pedestal display.
It's easy for you to say. But before that,
there's this.
Yes, indeed you do. Welcome back to Q Corner. We are very pleased that you've decided to spend your time with us.
Wednesday.
It is.
The day to be here.
It is. It's so nice to see so many people in the chat. Thank you very much.
Hello, Shelley.
What we're going to do is... Qualitex. Yeah, we've got Qualitex in the chat. What we're going to do is we're going to be heading more or less straight over.
We are, Keith. We are.
We are going to tell them about a couple of things, aren't we?
We've got two. There's one that I didn't do a title for.
I know that. I'm just thinking that in my head.
You know what?
Are you going to do that while we do the other one? You can do that one, right?
Do that.
Okay.
Do this.
I know what you're going to do. So, for those of you that are on TikTok, Q Corner has finally decided to go to TikTok. We've got Steph's going to be controlling a lot of the content. If you are a Rockstar member, you will get to see.
Is that correct one?
Yes, that's correct. You'll get to see in the Rockstar show later on this evening.
Wowzers.
And
We like our TikToks.
TikTok, and Steph loves to use TikTok. So what we're going to do is,
like Steph, would you mind in your busy day?
Yes,
I know, but we haven't asked. But yes,
yes.
She heard us talking about it.
So let's put that up onto the screen. This is the handle for TikTok if you are on there and you would like to follow along. There's only one video on there at the moment,
and we've got one follower as well, so it's brand new. You could be
We've got 7.
Oh.
But it's only been up like half a day or something. We've only got one video and we haven't advertised it anywhere. So
right.
So it's on there as TikTok.
But I think some of them we've got planned will be sort of shareable within your balloon business as well.
Yes.
And little inspiring ones, some little sneak peek behind the scenes we think will be coming as well.
Yes.
Just because we think it'll be fun. And Steph said she would try and film us working.
Yeah,
we said good luck.
She said that she's going to get us to join in with some TikTok dancers or something.
TikTok dancing.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what actually happens.
The first one of those, unsubscribe.
And the subject, the video that's actually up there, we've got the other picture.
Just to ears. Welcome to Rockstars.
Oh, yes. Welcome to Rockstar. Just ears.
This new Rockstar will be able to have seen our new video that dropped, which is one of the other things we were talking about.
Yes, which is actually the TikTok, the one TikTok that we have out there, the video.
Yes, the one TikTok,
is to do with...
this one here.
Yeah, there we go. Which was a design inspiration that went out live a few days ago.
It was, yes. This is part of our series that we'll be releasing, which is...
The SOB.
Yes.
School of Balloons.
School of Balloons.
School of Balloons.
But we had really good fun with that one. Because that was pulling... You know what? If we want some inspiration, Keith, where would we go?
Well, I find that you can't go wrong with...
Qualitex.com.
That's right. So we headed over to qualitex.com. We picked some, well, actually, out of the new designs, we picked the Jolly Cow from the front screen. If you saw last...
I love, excuse the pun of being fed, with it, but it's like, it feeds us that information.
Yes.
We went to the Qualitex front page, the banner there, it's animated, it's brilliant. It's like, this is perfect. That's what we didn't know we were looking for.
And we picked up that cute Holstein cow. We remade the design, and then we changed it up a little bit.
Now, we always loved the original animal heads that were out there, but the size of this one, the scale, and the cuteness was...
Yes.
Had to do something with it.
Overload. But we can't sit here forever.
Nope.
We must get through to the studio, through the workshop, so that we can start working on some balloons.
I've shortened it again.
We are going to, we will be able to see chat over there as well. We've got a new screen in there that we can see a lot of stuff, what's going on. So if you do have any questions or you want us to cover any of the techniques,
chat away, people. Chat away.
Please do. If you have any questions about anything,
and hi, New York,
life, the universe, or anything, Toenails on Toast, which is a fantastic name, by the way, says that TikTok dances can be fun. They can be, yes.
You haven't seen
There's
us.
lots of things that can be fun. However, we'll see what happens.
I don't think Toenails and Toast have seen us dance.
Right, okay.
Anyway, transition away, Keith.
I've got the long one round.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Hi, I'm Nicole Gregg.
Hi, I'm Chris Adamo.
Hi, I'm Tina Junter, and you're watching Q Corner.
And you're watching Q Corner.
And you're watching Q Corner.
It's like we never left.
Yep, absolutely. And also, I've just realised that this here is not working anymore.
Because you need to be on the different one of those.
Do you reckon?
I do believe we've got audio on this week because last week we didn't when we came into the workshop, but this week it is looking promising so far.
Aha. Right, let's see if that works.
Go on, you do that. It's no secret. The topic of conversation on this episode is babies.
Yay!
Babies is a great one for us, especially in our retail business, because it is something that within our catchment area, there's a lot of it. Birthdays and babies, brilliant core business.
Yes.
Works great for collections and great for sort of small deliverables up to big deliverables. And also the footfall of people that buy for babies is huge.
Yeah.
You get a brand new baby, you've got everything from...
Well, you've got the baby shower.
Baby shower.
To start off with.
Yeah.
And then...
birth.
Gender reveal.
Gender reveal, birth.
Yeah.
Christening,
Yes.
first birthday or communion. You've
Yeah.
got all those kind of ones. And also multiple people buy for the same
Big family events.
child
So
at the same time as well. So we do find that
there's
we can service
a lot of
that.
potential.
Yes, and having that choice. And also because it's multiple people who buy for the same person, having choice that works well. We've actually done a few full coordinated packages, if you like, that have been spread across the customers who've bought it for the same
Yes.
child. So eventually when it gets to home, it's a coordinated finished package. It's beautiful. Just everyone's bought the independent parts of that.
Yes. Also, people that were here last time will notice that Nightbot's has been very quiet at the moment.
He got wrong.
Yes. So now, if you remember, it shouldn't challenge you on anything, and if you're not a member, it should. It's a lot more lenient.
Yeah.
Let's say.
It'll
that
question
way.
go, why not? Hey, we've got the birthday boy from a few days ago, Alfred, there in the chat. Happy belated birthday.
Hello, Alfred. Happy birthday. We've also got hello from South Bend, Indiana, home of the University of Notre Dame.
Very cool.
Excited
You
to be
question
here.
that South Bend because we have a South End
Yes.
in the UK.
Also, as well as at the University of Notre Dame, and I was thinking, isn't that in France, not Indiana?
It's a mix, that one.
Could be.
Love it.
Actually,
It's like
I
Notre
found out
Dame.
the last time I was in France that there are many cathedrals to Notre Dame.
Is it?
Yeah, because Notre Dame is Mother Mary. So
Right. See, you don't learn just balloons. You learn miscellaneous information that you don't need.
and the Notre Dame in Paris isn't actually the biggest cathedral. Two of Notre Dame.
Who knew?
You find out all this random stuff when you
Mr.
actually
Q.
visit the country. Okay.
Anyway, design one.
Design one. We need to zoom out a bit
Let's do this,
because you need to see
I want
this.
I want this. And I want to go to this.
We're working airfill designs as normal, and we're using our 30-inch Maxi Cup stick, which has been glue gunned using the Maxi Cup,
Yes.
Maxi Cup 2, to a tile.
Now, for the very good viewers with good eyesight, you'll see that the glue job is not the
Horrendous.
neatest. Now, it's a really good tip, this one, because we didn't do it ourselves because we were just being lazy. Quite often when we do the workshop ones, we cut corners for no reason, just because we're boys. But we didn't preheat, and this tile is in the workshop. There's
Yeah.
no heating on here when we're not filming, so it was cold. So
Very
we
cold.
Glue gunned onto this,
And it went.
and it stuck to the Maxi Cup stick perfectly. But as soon as you applied any pressure on it from the balloons,
popped
it came off clean, and that was just because of the temperature difference as that cooled down against the cold tile came
Yes.
straight off.
So we just warmed up the tile.
Yep.
And then did it again, and no problem.
Now, an ambient temperature tile would be fine, but this was a cold tile.
Yeah, this is the northeast of England
Yes.
cold tile.
Yeah, well, just always remember that. Try and have them
Also,
ready.
on our tiles, we don't like to have the untreated bottom straight onto a table. So what we have is we have some feet on there, which those feet are little sticker feet,
Yeah.
which are very inexpensive.
You can also, as well, which we definitely recommend, popping a business sticker onto the bottom. Great way of doing it. Have seen a couple of people, which I do quite like as well, where they do a business card and they actually have that just stuck on with a bit of blue tack.
Yes.
So it's actually removable. So someone on site can go, oh, I'll take that card.
Yeah,
and
because
away
they don't
it
want to
goes.
take the tile,
Yeah.
want to take the business
You
card.
can do also, you can buy very inexpensively a sheet of felt. So you can actually glue that directly to the base of there and give
Yeah.
yourself full coverage. We quite like the feet,
thing with
though.
felt is a bit slidey.
Yeah, the
and
the
the feet
4
and the-
feet work great because if you've got a table that has, sometimes the big circular tables are a fold affair. So the events tables, kind of the big fold out, and you've got this ridge down the centre. If that's completely flat, even with the felt on, it's going to move. When you have the 4 independent feet where you've got a little bit of a gap, that's perfect.
Yeah,
It just sits
just
right,
solid.
everything far more stable.
We actually use these same feet for the bottom of our pools and bases too.
We do.
Yeah, because it's
They are
generally.
far more stable but
Yep.
less slidey. So you're taking all that weight and it's now onto 4 pressure points.
Yes.
So it doesn't slide around.
Which are rubber, so
Yeah.
they want to stick to wherever they go.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's-
also if you need to pick it up as well.
oh
it's
yeah,
easier.
you can get your fingers underneath.
And you
it's
can buy
great.
those all over the place. In fact, IKEA even do a set now as well.
Do they?
Yeah, mixed ones of the felt version of that,
Okay,
which
yeah.
is nice. But
Cool.
we
These
quite like
ones
this
were from
slight-
the pound shop. Do you know how much they were?
I think there was somewhere in the region of £1.
You're not wrong.
Available in Europe for €1.
Yeah, go and check it out. Or $1 if you're in the US.
Nice.
Okay, so love the tip. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. That's what we're here for. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to start on with this.
Let's talk about
it's
this
air
bit
filled as well. There's no
first.
helium
yeah,
involved.
so this is
Maxi cup stick,
Tied on
30
here
inch.
already, so we're going to just quickly, for the people who haven't seen the gumball for the airfill, let's re-show that, and then we can then carry on with the design.
So we are, for this one, we are using a 20-inch deco bubble, and I've put the stick.
You had it in your hand.
I know, and I
moments
put
ago.
it just on the side. I put it here in the tool shelf. Funnily enough,
The 20-inch ones are great for this type of air-filled deco for tables.
Yes.
And tables, it could be a buffet table, it could be a cake table, could be a table for people and guests to sit round. 24 is great, however, scale-wise, for what we're doing, the 20 is going to work perfectly for that. So always remember which sort of size you want to work with. Now, typically our other designs, when we were helium-filled, we would opt for the 24-inch because it's got the bigger capacity, so we've got more lift. So that gives us the better sort of weight that it can lift for more design options. Whereas with air-filled on the Maxi Cup, we're not restricted by that as well, so it works really good for us.
question: just hot glue, no E3000 or anything? No, we have a couple of different glue guns, but we have this bad lad, which is actually a multiple temperature. So this is a cool gun and it's also a hot gun. We have different sticks that we can load it with. So this is at the moment it's loaded up as a hot gun.
Higher end of prices of glue guns.
And our low melt one
Same
ready
company.
to go.
So this is actually the same company that manufactures them both. This one heats up very fast. It's got a very accurate, precise tip on this as well. So
needle point rather than a flat tip.
And it doesn't kind of make a mess. And the join on glue, the second stick that you put in when the transition is dead easy. And it's just, the quality is superb.
Yeah.
We did question when we purchased it because it was a pricier piece of equipment.
Yes.
However, it's one of those pieces of kit now that absolutely we would replace for the same one because it's great.
Yeah, so this has a little tool underneath there, and then just under its chin here, it has a dial that you use that on to change the temperature. So it sets onto there at 195 at the moment. So there we go. That's Celsius, 195 Celsius.
Great piece of kit. Love that one.
Okay, so we have our 20-inch deco bubble. So we're going to open it up, and inside of the bubble, we have two things. We have our bubble itself, and we have our moisturizer pack.
Nice.
Yes.
Not for you. That's for when people are working hard.
Oh, thanks. Where am I? As I'm hardly working, is that how it works?
I'll take over the supervisory role right now.
It's managing to get out of the work. That's what he's doing, management. So we're going to unfold it. We're going to put a little bit of air in there.
Let's see if I can do this over.
So that it's opened slightly. And then, we can zoom in now, Dom.
Doing that? Okay, we'll have...
zoom in. Check that out. Look at that. Technology, great.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes, that's much better.
Yes.
Has that gone off the bottom again?
No, it's just your eyes.
Should I just say a black bar? Okay, so we're going to take our 5-inch onto a balloon stick onto there, and we'll put it into the neck of the balloon. Take a hand pump, pull the neck down as far as we can, and inflate a couple of strokes. And because I haven't overinflated this, I can push against it, and then I can pull up, tie it off.
Go full screen here, and I'm going to do that.
And then I'm going to chop this off. Now I have a quick cutter. I'm going to set this up here. I have my bits box here, but I've set the quick cutter just on the end of there because Dom has the smart twist down on that side, which has the cutter on. But these are great because, yes, I can have them on my belt, but also you can have them on work surfaces. So that's the Conwin quick cutter.
I do like them on the belt when you're working mobile like
Yes.
that, but when you're in a position like this, it's kind of, you have to stand back to be able to do it. So actually putting onto something, but you get them in a multi-pack as well, and they last for absolutely ages.
Yeah.
Great. It's good.
So we're putting a 7-inch chrome in there, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So a bit bigger, and again, nice and round because I already pulled it down before I inflated it.
This is one of the biggest things that we see on gumballs is when you not get the round shape.
Yeah.
And that's key.
Yeah, and it's doing that and then also pushing the knot into the balloon as you pull that neck back.
Yeah.
I was just going to go click on myself, but I don't have it. It's there.
It's taking control of that knot to push it right the way in to make sure it's cinched up nice and tight, keeping and maintaining that shape.
Yes. I'm going to put one more in, and then that'll do us because we're not doing the full thing.
No.
But I'm going to do a smaller one. So I've put a 5-inch gold in there, and then just do a little stroke there, nice and round on there, as you can see. You can see it's round all the way. And then pull that neck, pull it nice and tight, wrap it around, tie it, pull that knot down, and then push it into the balloon.
It's just making sure that if you are going to do different sizes, do what Keith's done here and made them definitively a different size.
Yes, you can
if
see
you
that.
make them too close, it looks like you've tried to make them the same size, but just didn't do a great job.
Whereas these are 3 definitive sizes.
So theoretically, you could have carried on and put as many in there as that bubble would have allowed you.
Yes.
But to finish that off, you would take...
I'm going to inflate the rest of the way.
Are you going to put one more in?
No, I didn't do it on this one,
Oh,
just
okay.
because it's air-filled.
Right.
When it's helium, what we really like to do is add an extra one in the bottom. And you can, if you're not sure about your knots, you can still put the last one in the bottom in the neck. But air is a much bigger molecule, so you don't need as
It's not
tight.
fighting.
Yeah.
It's not fighting to try and get out as much.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to inflate that. I've already got a piece of scrap tie with the air taken out. And then just inflate the rest of the way.
Again, well, we've done these with helium. Make sure you go gentle here as well, so you're not overworking the balloons on the inside. If you've got that hand pump pushed in the nozzle too far, you could potentially damage those balloons as they're going past. As always with the bubbles, taking out all the seams so you give that nice, clean, round look.
And once the last of those seams are seemingly gone, see what I did there?
That was a
like
stretch.
a joke, but different. Hey, twist up that balloon.
Twist.
And then if we go to the front, because I use
This one.
the side of my desk.
Oh,
Went wide. So I use the side of the desk to hold it so that I have a spare hand. And then it means that from there I can take hold of my neck and then I'll go once, twice, 3 times round, which is easier to do with a 20-inch deco bubble rather than the 24. And then we're going to tie that off nice and tight. Once.
Beautiful.
And twice. And then that gives us a decent stretchy connection point, which is what we've used on here for doing that.
Right, let me just make sure we've got the right one on
bubble.
here.
I'm going to put that over there.
Nice.
Oh, nearly went in the hole.
Close, but no cigar.
Okay, get rid of, I'll just do a little bit of tidying up.
There you go. Now it's gone in for us. It didn't want to, it just needed waking up. So everyone knows what's on the top of this now, even though it's a little bit of a secret on the screen. So if you've joined us now, it is great what's up here. We promise. You'll just have to watch it from the beginning to see what was there.
There it is. There it is.
We're not lying, we're not lying.
Yeah, but you can see all the balloons are on there. And also with the static, they're actually wanting to stick to the side a little bit. Let's see if I can get on the top any. Sometimes you can. They're using some static to stick onto the side of the bubble. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a base on. Here we go. Now this is a base which we've done. It's 4 strokes and 2 strokes and 1 in the middle. And all it is that it's just a layer, a layer, a layer, as you can see them together. It's just a normal layer, but we've done a cluster of 5 on the end. And then we've got some little Dopplers on there. It's very simple. I've added the Dopplers on with the connected, like neck to neck with a piece of scrap of 260Q in the middle, which we'll add on. I'll show you
It's
a little
quite
few more.
giving the base for doing it that way, having them. And it's also non-committal, so
Yes.
you can pull them in and then move them around.
Yeah, we'll show you that way. You could have done them with balloon sticky dots.
Yeah, which we'll do on the top to show you both methods.
Yeah.
Both are fine, it's whichever works for you. The tying them together for this one for us is really robust, and you can mix it up a little bit.
What is the correct way to tie the balloon on the cup?
Oh, okay. Have we got...
If we've got a separate cup,
let me go
we'll do it.
grab one,
Yeah.
yeah?
Do you know where they are?
Yes, I
There's
do.
the box down there. Right, Dom's going to grab one of them while I show you this. So what we're going to do on here is I'm just going to open it up between the clusters on this side, and I'm going to have it coming out of the top of here. So I'm going to show you from the back here. So this just opens out, grabs it inside of there, and then that's it. It's as simple as that. And then what I can do is I can take a neck from the balloon, go around the pole, and then It just means that now it's pushed down there and it's now solid. It won't come back out. I can actually hold it by the balloons and it's solid to there. Oh, you got the cup. Thank you very much. Okay. So
I had to go and retrieve the bubble.
they're through. Okay.
Fortunately, you didn't go too far. What do you want?
Just trying to figure out the best way to do this.
How about...
Because it's first part of it down is the best, and then part of it up is right. Okay, we'll start from there. Then I think we'll get ready to switch over. Okay.
yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our cup, and you can see it's got a slot up here, and I'm going to make it so that the 260Q goes up into that slot, and then I'm going to push down, making sure that's in the middle. I'm going to pull it round, and there is a little catch on this side. If I can turn it that way, I might be able to see it. There's a little hook on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that down and bring it underneath and into that hook. And if you do that, if you come into this hook under there, that kind of holds it.
See if we can see it any better. This is...
Switch cameras.
Doesn't want to move. Let's try that one. There we go.
Okay, and then
Moving again, sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll zoom right in.
It doesn't want to move.
Come on, you can do it.
It's like it doesn't want to go.
Look at that. Do we go any further, or there we go. Right.
It's waking up from over here, Keith.
Yes. Okay. No, it's a little bit out of focus, but it's pulled around the pole, and I'm keeping the tension. And because it's using a 260, I think we'll just zoom out one level, Dom. There we go. Because I've got the tension and because it's stretchy, it will keep that tension a lot better than
That's key.
a ribbon.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go around and I'm going to hook under that again. Then what I like to do is go under the opening, all the way around, and then back up the opening. And then the third time is under that.
It's the belts and braces method.
Yeah. And then it means it comes out the side like this. And it means I've got a tying point if I want to tie anything onto it.
But it doesn't actually need any knots.
But it's now solid.
It's the sort of loops back on itself a couple of times, and that friction of the backwards through those barbs is what locks it in place. No knots are required. Very solid. We've never had a failure.
Yeah. We're not saying that this is the correct method. What we're saying is this is the method that we use, and it works for us. So
you want it super central, so it's right over the centre part.
Yeah.
You want some tension on, so it always pulls in, and then you want to be able to lock it into place.
Yes.
If they were going to be left loose and not connected to anything, yes, you could tuck them back in, tie it in, then tuck it in.
Yeah, probably use a diamond clear as well, so
yeah.
that it hides.
However, we are adding a piece onto this, so we're going to use them as a connection point. But we would have used a colour coordinated one, but we've used the blue just so it's easy to see on camera.
Okay. Apparently, we are responsible for your balloon addiction. Thank you so much. I love making decorations with them. You are welcome. And Evelyn, you are very welcome. We'll throw that back over there.
Don't forget, though, to pop on social media, though, and hashtag QCorner and...
At QCorner Show.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So we got back onto this.
Yes, sorry, side note, tangent.
Yes. And then what we've done is these are just ends of 260Qs. So it's literally just a case of snipping off the end.
Incidentally as well, the rest of that balloon generally becomes a tying point or multiple tying points, so it's not a waste of a balloon. No. It's something that we'd be using anyway.
Or if you are like us, when you're making flowers and things, you keep the tips because this is really handy, and that's a great tip for you to keep the tips.
Yeah.
But that rest of that will go into our tying point.
You can also do it as well, and we've done it in the past, especially if we've maybe been on site and need to do something and don't have enough balloons. You can do it with the middle of the balloon as well, a really soft bubble, and you bring it round. In fact, we'll show that as well. Why not?
So overinflating, and then I'm going to grab hold of the round part, let the rest of it down, and then tie that off. And then that gives us the nice round Doppler, as we call them. And then we can tie them to a second one. And then from there, I can take a look and I'll go, there's not one there. I'm going to put that into there. And I'm going to put that into there and put one on this side. And that's great. And it means that if I decide that I actually want it here or here, I can just move it around and put it wherever I want it to be.
This is a open-ended 260Q one where the tip's been removed. If you want to make a tip from the middle of this, make sure you tie a knot in one of the ends to lock that off. and then pop some air in. Doesn't really matter where, because we can just seal that. Let's do that one. Go there. And then create your bubble. So we have our bubble, and then we can just bring that round to bring a soft bubble there to tie it. And then if I had a handy cutter, which I will.
You do? You've got a handy cutter on that side.
We can just tie that off. But you don't want this to be super tight, as in the bubble. You want to allow that to be a soft bubble. So once you've tied it, just a little bit of a squeeze to help kind of even out that latex to give you the round shape. It will never be as perfect as those ones.
No, but
it's naturally like that.
It doesn't matter.
But you can make them round as well. So you can be resourceful and use a balloon. However, because we know we're not wasting it, we're using it for like everything.
Yeah.
It's easier, faster to chop the tip off, use it, and use the rest for other projects. So
Absolutely. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a smaller version of this cloud. Here's one prepared earlier, which you can see this one a lot better in the fact that that is a 5 balloon cluster. In fact, if I cut this off, I'll do it again. Okay, so that is a cluster of 5 balloons, as you can see, which is 1 stroke and a hand pump, and these are 2 stroke and a hand pump. And then all I do is I take a neck from there, I put that in, and I wrap it around, tie it off. I do that on both sides, and then that gives me this little cute cloud shape. From there, I can add in my extra Dopplers. I can glue dot them, glue sticky dots them, or I can, again, just use.
you find for the top ones, sometimes the glue dots work a little bit better because you've got more sight lines that you can see with this one. Sitting at a table, walking around it, you see in this one more. It's got sort of more entries of being able to see in it. So the glue dot ones are safer as far as seeing the XS 260Q with it being an odd colour that's landing in that little cloud.
So I'm going to put the cloud onto here. I have this nice 260Q, which is handy. I'm going to open up like we did with the other one, just open up between the cluster, put that, but this time I'm going to set it into the middle, and then slide that up the stick, taking my 260 down the back. I can pull that right up there, and then wrap that 260 into the back, because that now is pulling it up into the middle of the design.
Nice.
And helping to hide that the cup. It's now just sitting on the top of the
forgetting
cloud.
as well, we've got little Dopplers as well that we can add in and just add little details. And we use them primarily to start with to hide any mechanics that are on shore. Then we go for the visual to balance them out a little bit.
So we're going to add in, on there, we're going to add in our very own baby. Now this is a baby that we've been making for years. Normally it takes months. But we've been making this baby. With this one we make, we've been making this one for years, and it is as simple as a 3-inch, a cluster of 4, size 2, approximately 3 inches, or 1 stroke and a hand pump. And then again, exactly the same. So white for the first lot, blush for the second lot.
Now we have a variation on these recipes, which is mainly the sizes. Quite often we'll do, this is the sort of the nappy, the diaper, and then we've got the body. And quite often the body will be 2 layers of the same sizes. However, depending on what the head's going to be, if we do something like the 11-inch blush or the 12-inch quick link, nice and big, we can have 2 layers the same. However, because we're using a 6-inch either blush, which you can then put a face on, or we still have in stock some of the cute baby faces.
Yes, if they have been discontinued, but a lot of the distributors, a lot of the Qualitex distributors still have them in stock, so check with your distributors. It's the baby face. There's 2 different versions, well there's 4 different versions of it actually.
Yeah, and what's great as well is a bag of 50 balloons, so that's 50 babies, so you get a lot of value out of one bag.
Yeah.
So it's not like you buy a bag of quick links and it could be gone in one job. These last. And because it was a mainstay of our business, we had them in all the colours and all the sizes, so they're still going well for us. Yes, I'm disappointed that they're gone. However, we can just go back to what we always did before. Now we have great inspiration. Nice, thanks. For doing the vinyl version on those, and they work wonders for us as well. So we have options.
I just realised I've got no hair for this.
No, that's a very good point.
I'll go and get some hair.
So we've got our body there. Let's start with the legs. The legs are a 260Q, and we've got a short piece of that and it's connected with a loose latex between it. So this gives us a mechanical connection, but there's some space. If they're tied too tight, it won't pull through the design. It'll just push everything apart. On the end, we have a 5-inch, and that is one 5-inch balloon. So let me grab one of those. Show that. That box. Or is it this box? So we use a 260Q. That's a blush. And let's just pop some air. We can put in more than we need because we're going to shorten it anyway. Tie the end of the 260Q. I'm going to take a 5-inch round. Just going to do a single stroke on that. Tie that balloon off, and that's going to become the hand or the foot. It's the same for both. Squeeze that out where the knot is. Pop a bubble in, and we're going to bring this knot, so we're going to create a pinch twist. So we're going to pull that round and twist it. Before I let go, in case it comes undone, I'm just going to take the end of the 260Q, make sure I pull that knot right tight, wrap it round, and tie the two together. Just using the handy cutter.
Trim it off.
Creates the leg. We can size accordingly, so just looking at, proportion. We don't want, legs this long. Daddy long baby, Gigantor. He's fast runner.
Future Olympian.
Yeah. So we're just going to size it accordingly. Once we've done that, pop our twist in.
There's a lot of popping.
There is a popping.
Don't a little bit further so we can keep the tip.
Good tip. Let the excess air out. Tie that off. Put a little bit of shape in that to create the leg shape. And then that's what we're going to use to tie together to make our two legs with that connection between. So we have that. We can bring that through. This is going to be the bottom layers here, so we can bring it through the centre. When they get to the front, we're just going to cross the legs. He needs a toilet. We'll just cross the legs over, and then we can bring them out.
We cross them over, so it means that if somebody pulls them, the whole thing doesn't just accidentally come out. They would literally have to uncross them and then pull them out the back
They'd have to work
to
at
do
it.
Yeah.
So that's our legs, ready to go. Arms are the same. We've just scaled
Well, they're
these.
handy.
They are. We've just done these with a 160Q, so scaled them down, so it makes it
I know where you got them.
second-hand shop.
Second-hand shop.
So again,
That's
wrap them over.
The Americans call it thrift store, I think. We call it a second-hand shop.
But it's funnier when you say second-hand shop.
Yeah.
So we're just going to shape them up, lovely, and then you're going to add the head on. So we've got our baby here. We've just got an extra bit of 260Q just to help pull that through with the body. We'll wrap that in to lock it into place, but we're going to leave that as a connection because that will add it so we can then bring it into the design.
So it means that it's not connecting to one layer, it's connecting all the way through the body. It's wrapped into the design down here, but it's also a connection on there. So it's even if one balloon should go down, the whole thing is being pulled
You
into
also,
the design.
when you bring it into design, you're not fighting to find that end of the 5-inch, so it's doing multiple jobs, so it works really well. Right, you can add some hair.
Yes, we'll do some hair. For this, I'm going to use a 160Q yellow and a pocket pump. And we're going to inflate it. There's loads of different hair designs, but if you want to keep it simple, we just do our go-to propeller design.
Yeah,
which,
as a note is when you have to make multiple of these for one job, definitely worth keeping the hair simple.
yes.
So we learned that the hard way once.
Yeah.
Never
so,
again.
A standard loop, we measure it. There's about 3 fingers on the inside of there. We loop that into our loop twist. Then we're going to do the same thing again.
That's a handy template, that, isn't it, using the first one?
Well, I don't... I don't go anywhere without my hand as well.
Well,
so
it's just the conversation with people with making loops is I can never get them the same size. Use the first one as a template. Trust me, it's close enough, and if you can't notice the difference there next to each other when they're spread out, perfection.
Okay. So we do the propeller.
Thanks, Qualitex. Us or the baby.
And then us, clearly. Then we do a small pinch twist on the end of there. So I'll make a small bubble, twist it in.
So this does 2 jobs, right? It tidies it up, hides the mechanics.
Hides the mechanics on the top.
But also means that they would stay where you put them.
Yes, and then
I'm not sure what the hand gesture was there.
trim that off.
Staying.
It was a bit of a claw, I
Yeah.
was thinking. And we'll tie that off because it is an open balloon. And put it onto the bottom. I'll get rid
I
of
don't
the
know what that
extra bit.
means.
Señor dos los anos.
I don't know. Hope it's good.
I don't know. My Spanish is not that good. I'm still working on it. Okay, so from here, what we want to do is, if we put it on there, it will become literally a propeller baby. There.
Yeah. I'm not against that.
So we're going to put a little bit of action on this. So, like Dom did with the legs, I'm just going to pull that over.
It's a mild form of a shock twist.
Yes. And then off it goes like this.
A little bit of distortion.
And it's just a little bit of a distortion,
Go down,
but it
go
does
up.
give you that shape.
Whatever you want to do.
And then I'll take the top of my quick link into there, wrap it around the connection point, that pinch twist at the top of there, and sort it out so that the two go to the side like this.
Beautiful.
And then
we've got 5-ish minutes to do the next one.
I know, I saw that.
We can do this, Keith.
From there, we've got the 260Q, which is just going to go into the design and wrap into the base. And it means that it wants to sit there on the cloud. We can zoom back out to there so you can see the whole design in itself. This, because it has the movement, because we're using this pole, it looks like it's using helium. It has that movement for the helium, but it's not.
We're not going to pop it on now, but we will pop it on and we'll drop a photo on.
We'll pop it again.
Pop day today. Pop day.
It's very popular.
But we've got some two-coloured vinyl that we've cut, and I say we, Steph, and then the backbone of this operation.
The royal we, Dom. The royal we.
Lovely gold on white. I love that because it just adds that highlight to the edge of the text. And then we've got the same white outline with the blue baby feet on there.
Yeah, and them ones actually work like stickers, right?
They do, yes.
So the feet we can just do there. We can stick that and put it onto.
Because the little tootsies would be separately normally, but because they're on the white backing now, it adds a great way of doing the sticker. You can also add in
have it so
something.
it's footprint, so it's like almost walking up the bubble or whatever you want to do.
9-inch foil down here as well if you want to add a little bit of,
Yes,
like
personalisation.
naming ceremony, birth, date, weight, all that kind of stuff. This one we would apply with the backing tape, just using the clear as we always do, where we'd apply it on. If you don't know anything about what we're talking about personalisation, we've got a great video on the channel, which is a personalisation special.
It is.
Just
Thank you very much, Alfred. We appreciate it.
Just search on there and you'll find it, but we will post a picture on social media.
Yes.
It probably is
And also, as well as that, you'll find that a lot more of our designs are on the related inspiration for.
Well, I don't think you can go wrong.
Qualitex.com. You can go over there and do a little search for Q Corner. Translation person said the design is from the 90s. Okay, cool. 90s are in. Next is this one. And thank you.
So this one we're working on
Yes.
from the Baby Boy Double Bubble.
Yes, this is a double bubble. So we've got the, this one comes with a double valve in there already. So we have the inside balloon is not a bubble design. It's actually made out of more similar to a foil design. So you've got to be careful when you inflate it. So when you do inflate it, please read the instructions fully for doing it. You can also go onto Qualitex and they have a full-on description on and instructional video on how to inflate this style of bubble safely. So it's always good
Worth
to
a
check
watch
that out.
if you're not happy or confident with how you're working with that.
Okay.
So the base for this one is 2 layers of 11-inch. We've got 2 layers of latex. 1 layer with 11-inch, 1 layer with 5-inch. These are sized to 8 inches. These are sized to 4 inches. You can play around with the sizes. It's entirely up to you. Because we did this one on the sizing box, that's the size we've done. If it was on the twin sizer, we would have done them slightly different because the settings work perfect for something around that size.
So we've got the blue rainbow super agate, we've got white, dark blue, and we've got chrome blue. On the top, we've got gold, dark blue, pale blue, and robin's egg blue.
That's right. Now, for this particular one, we don't have a weight on it yet. Now, normally we would. For a
Evelyn,
design
we
like
knew
that.
it was your favourite bubble. That's why we used it.
Yeah, we knew. We would add a weight into this if it was kind of like a super base or traditional dual layer base. We are still going to add a weight, but we're not going to add it in just yet. We're going to bring in the next layer to help us do that. It sort of does 2 jobs.
Yes.
The next one for this to give us some height is we're going to use a 646Q.
646Q. Here's one we inflated earlier.
That's
Shall
one of
we
these. So that's
do
going
the
to go
inflation?
there. So yeah, let's show the inflation because that's really important because it really adds a little touch of detail to this one. You can see on here the neck is long, gives us two things. One, a really good tying point, but also changes the shape of it. Because if you've ever inflated a 646Q, you'll find if you inflate it very close to the neck, it tapers off. It tapers off to give you the shape and down to the nozzle.
Can I have one?
You can actually see that on the uninflated version.
Yeah.
You can see that tapers in here. So where that lands here, we need it to end here. A lot of people fill it down to here.
Yeah. And you get that shape, the torpedo shape, which we don't
Looks wrong, but also it's not as stable in the design. It has too much movement.
What I'm doing is I'm pulling it down so it's beyond that bit where it tapers in. I'm holding it on. I've put my premium twin air sizer into manual mode, and I'm just going to inflate to whichever size we want, and I'm using finger counts on here.
Now, if you do, by mistake, inflate it more than you should.
So let's pretend we did. So
You can save it. Don't let it down and re-inflate it because you'll get kind of a different shaped balloon. So let's say that happened and it didn't go to plan inflating it. You can still fix it at this stage.
So what we do on here is we twist the balloon further up and we let the air out here. And what that does is it
gives you a rounder bottom.
It gives you a rounder bottom. And then we can tie this off onto this side. And then on this side, we're going to push the air back into the design.
And again, if you overfilled it, you could do the same technique at the top, right?
Yeah.
You could twist it, let the air out, tie it off. But if you can inflate it to the right size, it means you haven't got to fight with it quite so much.
So we've got now two long connection points on either end. Qualitex, love that, the look of helium but with air.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely. So we've used this one. I'm just going to doing this one away. Doing.
Torpedoes.
Torpedoes away.
So it reminds me of the convention there where things didn't go on camera, which looked great with the exploder. Anyway, so normally we bring this in here to tie this into it. However, we're going to do that little bit of a cheat because we haven't done the weight yet. So we've got our sand weight.
Stop.
5 minutes.
Now you've done the weight. You're all right.
But you're doing a dog design. It had the paws.
Pause. It's actually a bear design. That's why it was a big pause.
Nice. So we're here to entertain
We didn't
ourselves.
practice it. We didn't practice it. Honestly, this is just.
And if you're new here, they're all new jokes. If you've been here before,
you're welcome.
Be the same. So we've got them tied together. It's got that mechanical connection, but it's got that loose space to allow it to come into that design. So we can.
I've got a cable that's attacking me out from down my sleeve.
Allowing the 646Q to pull into the middle, because that's the most important one. We want that to be pulled in tight. Then the connection can come through that base, and if there's any slack, we can just bring that over and wrap that around to lock that into position. And that gives us a really strong connection where the structure of the design is connected directly through into that weight. We're not worrying about it going onto one neck of this and coming off sort of to an odd angle. It's pulling directly through, so it's nice and solid. Gives us a lot of rigidity.
Rigidity.
I thought I'd run with that one. I went big and bold.
Alfred, you're welcome, and thank you very much for crying and laughing with them monkeys. Okay, so now we've got some more 5-inch balloons done into 2 clusters of 4 connected together using 7-inch chrome, pale blue, robin's egg blue, gold, tropical teal, dark blue, white, and pale blue. And from there, we're going to, this is starting up and going down to here. We flip it up. Is it a spider, Keith? What a spider.
Down your neck, maybe.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Cable.
I'm getting attacked. I've got 2 sets of cables. I've got a mic cable this side, and I've got an ear cable that runs around the other side. And for some reason, it's decided to run down my arm.
Poor spider. I tell you.
The spider would be less of a hassle, trust me. So what I'm going to do on here is I'm taking the neck of my 646Q, making sure it's in the center, pushing down, and then I'm doing my figure of 8 wrap onto here. So now that is solidly connected through there too. And from there, we can add on Evelyn's favourite bubble. And Iris loves this bubble too, so we might as well add it on.
Why not?
It's a double bubble, so both of you can like it.
If you don't put that on, it'll be a bit bare.
It'll be a little bare, yes, okay, right. So
handy use of a sizer box once more.
I'm going to use that 260Q that we've already attached onto the Deca bubble and then pull that down there.
You know, that 5 minutes I said we had.
I know that. I know. I went a long time ago. I went about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same.
And then we have our
And just before we dive off air, we're
Yes.
saying we're diving off air because in about 10 minutes' time we have a Rockstar special with more designs. And we
Yeah,
can't
which are over there.
We can't show you over here yet unless you're a Rockstar, but they're cool. We've been busy today.
It's been busy.
Anyway, very briefly, we want to fill in a little bit of this to add a bit more colour because it is a little bare. So we're going to use a couple of different balloons. I've got a 260Q and we're going to have this
Robin's egg blue.
wrapped around the middle. So to join it at the back, I'm going to prepare this. So I'm going to create a small bubble because it's going to be a couple of pinch twists just to hide that connection. But it's easy to do the pinch twists first before you put it on and struggle behind and on that.
So true.
6Q.
Evelyn uses this bubble a lot.
Great. So I've got 2 pinch twists on the end of that 260Q. Now, normally I'd be bringing it around to the back to do it, so I'll do it the other way around so you can see it.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Technical.
So I'm going to size that up so I can see where it goes. You can wrap it straight in if you want, or just pop a little squeeze at the twist connection point. Put that in to lock it in. And then now, twisting those together.
Just wrapping it around the 2 pinch
Can you,
twists.
Trim that up, please.
And then, yeah, what we've done as well is the neck from one end of the 260 is already here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down here, get rid of the rest of the balloon, and then allow that to go down, and I can actually tie it to the other end there, just to be safe. It should be absolutely fine without tying. However,
You've done all that work.
yeah,
Let's look after it.
it is a retail piece, so we'll just put that in there
Now,
and then hide the
The
mechanics.
separate rings that we're going to add on to this, you could do independently, so you could have their own pinch twists, or you can take advantage of the pinch twist that's already there. So I'm going to do 2 different versions of this.
Ooh.
So the top one, I'm going to tie that into an easel.
Because we've got extra time.
Yeah. So I'm going to tie that up there, and I'm going to bring that 160Q round. I'll use a 160Q just to scale it down a little bit. Bring that and wrap that in, and do the same thing. So we'll just disconnect that, tidy that up tomorrow, and tie the 2
At least
ends.
I'll be doing it. I've been
I
sorting
know,
as I
I
go.
know,
I've got extra bits in here.
I was
I've got
very
stuff in
impressed
there.
with you, Keith. You were. You did a very good job. So that's one version of it, and if we were going to complete the design like that, we would have the other one the same, so it has that tapering effect.
What are you going to do, Dom?
But very briefly,
Ooh.
I'm going to complete it. So I'm going to add in some bubbles. Let me just straighten that out.
Precision bubbles.
So just small bubble, locking it in with my hand, finger and thumb, squeeze in there, and roll. Always using your fingers, don't use the wrist because you're going to get tied quite quickly. So, and over the years as well, we have developed a balloon rolling device as well. So what we can do is actually put that twist in and just roll it down here. Perfect.
Crystal does the same thing. Yeah, have you seen it?
does.
Crystal, yeah.
Oh, she does, that's right, yes.
Yeah.
So it just, when you're doing a lot of bubbles, it does
It
save.
saves your hands from getting tired.
Now, incidentally, I didn't think about this though,
Did you not?
so I pre-inflated it with far
Oh,
too
you got
much air in.
loads. You loads.
But normally you wouldn't put quite as much air in a balloon that you want to put so many bubbles in.
You've
But-
got loads, and if you don't, I'm prepared to watch you struggle. I'll do that for you guys. I'll watch them struggle.
Because we don't have much time, I'm going to go that far. So what you do now is, without letting go of anything, we just check to make sure we're sized right.
Oh, you
And I'm
know
gonna-
what? I think you can do it.
It's perfect, it reaches, nobody can see the gap in the back. Let me just mix that off a little bit. They get the idea. We'll tidy up for the photo, okay?
Throw some Photoshop at it. Is that what you're saying? Yes.
So we can add some bubbles. So if you don't have 160 to drop down to, they work really well in 260Q as well. It's just a way of changing the scale a little bit.
Or you can do a 350 and a 260 because you've got your 646
Yeah,
Q.
any
it works on the
combination.
scale.
Yeah. Also, if you do, especially with the twin sizer or even the smart twist, doing the 350Q with a bit of a stretch when you're inflating it, it does make it softer and a bit smaller. So the 350Q with the 260Q, you've got loads of options with that as well.
Yep, and then again, you can go around and you can add in extra Dopplers or the extra ends, whatever you want to do to finish off that design.
I had
But-
flashbacks there of when we spent probably a good year where we were glitter personalisation, everything.
yeah.
And we went through a phase of glitter.
Glitter and these
gluing
hearts and
the hearts
stars.
and the writing,
Yeah.
excuse me, where we put on the glitter on top.
Zoom out so you can see the whole design there, please, Dom.
Du-du-du.
Okay, and we'll just leave that there. 'cause
Yeah,
we
it's
have
too
the
far
time.
away now.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to disappear. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you
Yes.
enjoyed it, first of all. If you are,
You've got 5 minutes to join if you want to as well.
Yes. If you are a Rockstar member, in 5 minutes' time, we'll be going live where we will be. Are you going to scoop round or no?
I can, yeah.
You can?
I'm going to do a brief.
Okay, very quick. We're going to be going through a lot more designs, including some of the stuff that's on there. So we hope that we will see you guys there. If not, we still really appreciate everything that you do for watching us, and we hope you take some time to like and subscribe to the channel.
And don't forget to fill your days with TikToks from our new channel as well. So hit us up on there, send us a message.
QCorner_show.
We need the support because those 7 people on there now, they're all lonely.
Yes. Andrew, nice to see you right in there at the end. If you, I'm trying to remember if Andrew's a Rockstar. It doesn't show me on this one. If not, we hope to see you over on the Rockstar channel. And join us in chat. If you do have any questions, please feel free. Other than that,
we've got to go.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now.
Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.